Here we are. Here we are. I'm gonna turn this music way down. Turn it to a good low rumble. Also, look, as far as the Percy tag goes, like, I don't, probably fucking months, I don't know. OBS doesn't tell me these things. You go to the OBS, you know, I open up the stream in OBS and doesn't show that any tags are selected at all. Go to Twitch and yeah, it's there. I don't fucking, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? You're the first one that ever noticed. Who cares? Anyway. Luck commissioned me. Oh, cat, stop fucking with my blanket. I swear to God. Go sit in your... Go sit in your chair. Stop fucking with my blanket. Thank you. Okay. I'm all bundled up. I finished editing. And in fact uploaded the Has-Been video. It's going to drop Friday morning. Oh my god, holy shit. Feels kind of surreal. Does mean though that I because I was working on getting that final cut just right. I was working on that pretty late until like 2 a.m. So I'm decently tired right now. But well, let me readjust that. Let me center that better. There we go. Sure. Sure, whatever. Anyway, I was quite hard. I worked, no. What? My brain don't work too good right now. Cause my brain has been mostly turned to mush. I've mostly just been chilling. I've read a bit more Son of Neptune. I'm ready to do this short little drawing stream. Luck gave me a little commission earlier to just draw his D&D character. Like cars. In this one cars thing. So, that's what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be like, you know, mostly pretty simple. It's gonna be mostly pretty simple, you know. He paid for about an hour and a half of my time, so that's about long this is probably gonna be, unless it's not, in which case, you know, all bets are off. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, nice little ink thing. I am gonna be using it. I mean, mostly just because I figured the spirit of the character isn't necessarily to be like, to have like, you know, perfect like sensical anatomy. Like, this is a joke. This is a joke commission. Yes. I'll have the Cars image over there just because I noticed that the way you masked out some of the wings kind of fucks with some of his muscular structure up in his arms there. So just allows me to get a better sense of it. But I will be using your reference image, yes. We're just gonna start off with just a simple little sketch. And then we're just gonna do this nice and simple, like. By that I mean I'm gonna be liberally abusing tracing as a method here. and yeah, but also, you know, might as well use this as an opportunity actually to like do a little bit of studying in some, you know, Jojo's anatomy, how it's kind of constructed here. The idea is not just to trace over it, but to maybe get some structural understanding as to what's going on here in the process of making our little meme commission. So yeah, let's try and do that. Let's try and do that. So let's actually like properly figure out the structure here. So give that, yeah. Actually, probably. Nope, come on. Probably put that like more like that, yeah. That teeny little head. Wow, that's a teeny little head. That really puts that in perspective, actually. Thick old neck about as thick as the skull. That's Jojo's. That's the size of the head compared to the rest of the body. There's that, and then I think yeah. So you get some of the musculature here. It goes down like that. Like I said, we're gonna have a nice little study here that we're gonna have. Also, where it's useful, beneficial to have some understanding of anatomy. So we're gonna get those. I don't actually know what all these muscles are called because I never. I don't know. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing being an artist. Generally knowing about the muscles, not knowing a single one of their names. I'm like, I think these are the traps. Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. The big old neck bulge. The big old neck bulgies. Big old neck bulgies. That's what I'm gonna call them. But anyway, you get that. You get that there. The neck sprouts out of, and then bodybuilder types. Most of the time, not even going to be visible on most body types, but you can have fun making them come out here, which is fun because then it hooks up pretty well, like this. You can get a kind of rib cage here. Luckily here, it really defined everything really well for us, so we can see the rib cage pretty clearly. Here it is. Here's this is. I hope this makes you appreciate just how insane the proportions and anatomy in JoJo's are. Look at this. Let's like remove. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, it's also where I have to then point out that I really toned down the insane proportions here. I actually gave him realistic proportions here. In that one. That's not what we're going for today. And then it's kind of like, looks like over here is the rib goes out over there. Over here it looks like it kind of, the muscle like wraps around again. You kind of see that. In particular, yeah, then that goes down into the pingus. Get some good abs. Good volume on these abs, especially. Like a stack of grapes. There we go. We're getting the muscles. We're understanding the muscles. Here too, you can read a pretty clear midline of the body here. that I like. Let's do some titties. Cars here has pretty small titties, honestly. I like to add more heft to my muscular male characters. Like to add a bit more, you know. I might generously increase his cup size here a bit. Cause yeah, it's like about here. It's like about like kind of hard. It's hard to see a little bit there. It's about there. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little. I'm gonna do him a favor here. I'm gonna do him a favor here. I'm gonna increase his cup size a bit. This is for my own amusement. We're gonna still try and keep the same understanding of the shape though. So yeah. Let me make sure that that's hooking up properly. This is just for my own enjoyment, basically, at this point. There we go. Papa Pecs? Nah, look, they're still mommy milkers. Still mommy milkers. That's still the technical term. Okay. Okay, here's a question. Do you want the katakana still there? Or maybe we could write something else? Or we just keep it as is? Or we can remove it completely? Look, what are your opinions on the katakana? Remove it? I mean, yeah, that's fine. We'll remove. Okay. It doesn't affect anything either way. It does not take significantly more or less time either way. Okay. So one thing I was told here's your little art lesson. With like doing muscles is that and a mistake that a lot of new artists make is trying to have it be like a stack of circles, right? That's where you get like the action figure look. You know, when you're trying to do biceps, you have like a stack of circles. That's quite incorrect. That's not really how you should be doing your muscles. Where it's better to kind of visualize it as like interhooking like curves. So not a stack of circles, but like opposing curves. That's how you actually get the get a good... See the difference? Interhooking curves. Because that's actually how the muscles work. Yeah? You have your bone. You have your bones there. Yeah. And then the muscles kind of like go from like joint to bone, and then bone to joint, and then yeah, they're like they aren't like all grouped together. They kind of like stagger themselves. That's how you get good fluid movement. I'm no muscle expert again. This is just me like kind of bullshitting, but that's like how it works actually. So there's your thing on muscles. It works for both arms and legs basically. Legs is just like thigh, calf. See? Interlocking circle, interlocking. And then that's a leg. That's a leggy. There's your art lesson. Don't stack them like circles. I noticed you were doing I noticed you were doing that a little bit when you did your MS Paint version. So I thought maybe the lesson would be apt as I'm going on here. Because I'm gonna have to invent a bit here because a lot of the arm is obscured. So that's mostly what I'm gonna just be doing here. So you have your interlocking muscles kind of stacked upon muscles stacked upon muscles. Okay? And like, that's pretty good. That'll do us. Mm-hmm. One thing, when you trace it, this is why tracing can sometimes be deceptive if you're not sure what you're looking for. Because you can look at it and kind of just be like, okay, well, you know, like this. And it kind of almost seem like that, but when you understand the subtlety, you understand that like, okay, no, it's kind of staggering a bit. See, yeah. Smart tracing. Oh, wait, yeah, actually, Luck. What, should I just, like, copy Kars's fit here? What's your thoughts here? What's your thoughts on the clothes before I get too much further? Rex doesn't even wear clothes. Keep the fit as is. Okay, I'm like, Rex doesn't even wear clothes. He has, like, a loincloth. And now a new loincloth is the idea. This is for a D&D thing, by the way. Context, Luck has a D&D character, a kobold named Rux. Who in a very funny twist of fate, he's joined a gym recently. Like a gym of dude bros. Because he wanted the loincloth that came with the membership. And also he wanted some sick gains as well. So yeah, so he's on an exercise kick. So and then I showed Luck Jojo's, and we took a screenshot of this and he said, yes, this is how Rux should look by the time he's done. except 3 feet tall. I'm like, okay. That'll be $50. He's 2 feet tall. Great. Even better. Okay. This is a fun, interesting little study. Been a good opportunity for a fun little study, I think. Probably not going to post... I mean, I'll post the VOD of this for fun. Probably not going to post the actual drawing just because... it's so heavily traced, but... still. I feel like I've learned a thing or two already just doing this. Dusted off some cobwebs. That's fun. Well, the super muscular male physique is also helpful too because, well, in between my Transformers kick and my and my newfound boot hill obsession, I having like male musculature down weirdly helpful when drawing a lot of robotic characters. You'd be surprised. Because a lot of it is just like, you know, basically turning all these muscles into like little metal plates. I mean, literally, we're listening to the Persona soundtrack, so yeah, that works. Or charm. I think charm is usually more associated with art. Yeah. Actually, like put it like that. Okay. Really not sure quite how this works. I just have to assume I think that it's like this. Also, because in the recent essay, a lot of I like to sneak in anime music alongside some of the video game soundtracks that I use. But this time around, I was having a hard time with, especially the Cowboy Bebop music for some reason. Where I hadn't had any issues with that before. I mean, even all the videos I have with Cowboy Bebop music are still fine as far as copyright goes. So I was kind of surprised. Like those exact tracks even. Fine in other videos. This one was pinging at odd times. Where it was like I'd scan it and then it would ping one. I was like, okay, I'll remove that one, and then I'd scan it again, upload it again, and then it would ping a separate song on the same soundtrack that wasn't pinged before. So I was like, oh, I don't know, just removed all of it at the end and supplemented it with more Persona music. So I've been listening a bit to the soundtrack lately, I guess. Even throwing some I had some like Genshin music. I had some Genshin CDs lying around. I got them from some local anime store on sale or something, and that paid off because the tracks in there are actually pretty decent. So not even sure what I'm looking at here. Let me got here. Okay, that's clearly like some clothes. Yeah. I'm gonna make it easier on myself and just not worry about that, honestly. There we go. Somewhat simplified. Aha. Okay. Here's the end result of trying to understand Cars' anatomy. I think it worked out pretty well. Now let's I didn't worry about the head too much because, well, as you can see, yeah, I'm just not worried about the head that much. Gonna lower the opacity of that, and I'm gonna add this new layer in red. And then we're gonna take a look at all these extra. I'm doing a little commission for luck. Also enjoying a nice little study of cars from Jojo's. This is quite fun. What we have so far. Okay, let's take a look at this fucking crocodile. Let's see. Okay. Okay, actually, I'm gonna immediately do something here. I gotta move this. Because you didn't put his neck at his neck. Move it a bit. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, now crocodile anatomy I'm not as familiar with, So we're gonna play this by ear. I know they got the kind of ridge, yeah. Got that kind of ridge. That jaw there. Perfect. I think the Persona music is the Persona music is helping with the lock-in time. It's really helping, genuinely. Let's use purple for the teeths, just so that way I can see better what I'm doing. The biggins there. Creative license a little bit. I've been playing the Persona 3 one a lot, and I used a lot of Persona 5s for the new video. So it's on my mind. Cannot wait for whenever the remastered Persona 4 soundtrack comes out, because P3's remaster was oof. Oof, that was good. That was good. I love the original soundtrack, but the new one was incredibly good. Is these like bat wings? Because the soundtracks are so huge and they have like a song for every possible mood you could want. Is the thing like how I organize my soundtracks with my video essays is like, so I have like a separate folder labeled like sound library, and then another one under it where I have like sound effects stuff, and then I have music, right? And then my music folder is just organized by like subfolders just of like labeled with moods. It's like sad, happy, bittersweet, like energy up, epic, you know, just whatever feeling I want with whatever section of the video essay I happen to be on. So and because Persona has such like a wide kind of soundtrack, right? Like you can't get that kind of variety in a Pokemon soundtrack, but Persona, you can totally get at least one song or even just one OST that hits every single one of those beats. So in between that and the Ace Attorney soundtrack, I'm basically sorted forever. Throwing some Full Metal Alchemist music in for good measure, because that one for now also doesn't get pinged. Fuck was that noise? Upstairs neighbor, are they goddamn bowling? What was that? Like the almost exact sound of like a bunch of pins like falling over. Luck, your Rux is turning out good. Gonna erase his head since we don't need that. We got a shiny? Hell yeah. I've like never come across a shiny in the wild. I like half-heartedly tried to shiny chain once. Just hasn't, never has worked out for me, I guess. Luck, check out your guy. Imagine this rug being tied up still. Honestly. Luck, your guy's turning out pretty good. Also, I figured for the background, I'll just like have it ready, but I have like a preset here that I was just gonna like doodle, I was gonna use. Let's see. See if I can find it somewhere in here. Ever since they changed the brushes up, it like slightly fucked up some of my brushes here, I think. I don't know. I can't prove it, but I think there are some brushes that went missing after they did their change. Of my like downloaded ones. Got this massive brush pack I paid a few bucks for some years ago. Just continue to come in handy because I still like this better than I like the new brushes. Though the new brushes aren't bad. Holy shit! I forget that they just have this is included. Great, amazing. I heard something about how the golden ratio male looks a lot like Jensen Ackles. Look into his eyes. Tell me if you see Jensen Ackles. Anyway. You see it? You see it, Char? Amazing. I'm just gonna glance through. I think I have like something that I can... like convinced that I had some kind of like starburst background that just might make this easier. But now I'm not so sure. Also, I like how these I'm just on Procreate. On Procreate, I like how this like pack of brushes is like organized the way I would organize a pack of brushes, i.e., completely incomprehensible to anyone trying to like just use it. Anyone incomprehensible to anyone else, but I'm like I can imagine a brain where all this makes perfect sense actually. Yeah, I guess I'm looking for something if I can find it, something like those comic action lines. You know, if I can find one. Got some screen tones here. That's nice. Not really what I need right this second. Rux looks like this. You see a 2-foot tall lizard, and he looks like this. Insane, honestly. Yeah. Procreate, and then which comes free with like with iPad Pros for the most part. It's just in there. But like last I knew anyway. And then but like on its own though, I find it's mostly like a little worthless. What makes Procreate has a great interface is the thing. It feels really good to draw with Procreate, better than it feels to draw with even more expensive drawing pads like a big ol' Pro Wacom, which I also have. I just prefer drawing on this because it feels nicer. But really though, the program only starts to shine when you start downloading other brush packs. That's when it actually starts to be worth something. Okay, I think I'll just do this by scratch. It's fine. Slightly annoying, but not the worst thing. Use the multi-liner. It's like one of my favorite ones to use. You'll see, this will be pretty simple. So, duplicate it, and then rotate it. Duplicate it. Rotate. I don't know, it still works. Do you see it? Do you see the vision as far as the background goes? Aha. This is all for our boy. Okay. Now it's pen time. It's inking time. I'm just kind of doing a starburst background. We're just gonna do this. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of do this black and white. So I'm not actually gonna be too concerned about getting the strong values there. Here, we'll just go with like a. Yeah, we'll go with that. And I could a little bit, but I probably won't be able to get quite this effect. Too easily. No, Luck, you're making me consider it. No, Luck, you're making me consider it. Now I'm thinking about how I do it. We'll see where the day takes us. First off, though, let's just do the basic inks. Let's just line it. I feel like it would really just be a matter of some rim lighting. Which is possible. A lot of people aren't aware of that, Char. That he's half black. Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware of that. I wish that they tried to make it more obvious in his design. You know, biracial people come in all sorts of packages and phenotypes and such, but I do wish they tried to do a bit more of that in his design. I mostly just knew about that from like fan fiction that informed me of that, and then I like went over and saw, because there's like actually like canonical art of his mother. So like, and that's definitely a black woman. So quirked up Italian? No, that's Angel Dust. Angel Dust is the quirked up New York Italian. Alistair's from Louisiana, Luck. Get with the fucking program. I don't remember what this Persona song was for, and then I remembered it was it's like one of the last dungeons in 4, yeah? One of the late game ones. You haven't played the... Actually, have you played 4? I'm literally not even sure. Oh shit, this is a bot. think we'll have enough time for the kind of shading I have in mind. We'll have time. We'll have time. Just gonna completely black out the loincloth, I think. When did that happen? There we go. I just saw the lily off the destroyer. I should start convincing people that's my full name. Listen to this song and I'm just fucking just gonna immediately picture, I don't know, Ryuji saying some bullshit. Okay. This is the line work. Opacity by half. Okay, I think I can actually do this part kind of a little bit quick and dirty mostly. Because this is just blocking out shadows. Yeah? So I can kind of like... The goal here is rim lighting, so most of everything is going to be blocked out in shadow. Oh, and that Ryuji voice just changed to Yosuke. Okay. Just like that, like magic. Ever since the update happened, sometimes the fill tool just likes to freak out on ya. kind of irritating. Look, are you starting to see the vision? Have you begun to perceive? Okay. I'll throw you like for one more curveball, but this is basically what I have had in mind. Mm. Okay. Let me finish this first. Finish this part first before I do my next little secret move. Also funny with this song, someone made a Tyler the Creator Chromacopia remix of this song, and I was like, actually, I've listened to it so many times, I was actually a little confused when when his verse didn't pop up. I was like, huh, something's missing. This song feels emptier than usual. Weird. Called Personacopia. Video on YouTube, remixes someone made, and you should definitely listen to all of them. They're all so fucking good. I've shown that remix album to like people that don't even know Persona, and they love it. I can't play it on here for obvious reasons, but please go seek it out. Luck, we are nearly done here. We are nearly done. Oh, I think that's the end of the music. Deltarune? Deltarune. Deltarune. Cool. That works. Hey, look, this move is called I cheat once again to make it look like I like put a lot more effort into this than I did. Let me figure this out. I don't know if I love that. Let's see. We're gonna mess around with some different things here. Some different options. I just like that. Gives it just a subtle, like, a subtle comic book look to it. Which, here, I'll do this option for you just for fun. But you also make him blue. Luck, what are your thoughts? I'll send you both versions. But this is he. This is he. This is what you paid for. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on him? Because we're about done here. I'm just waiting for Luck to give some kind of signal so I can end the stream, actually. I'll wait. There's a non-zero chance he had to leave. Imagine. Well. Either way. This has been fun. Sipping my water here. I'm gonna stop the music. This has been fun. Sipping my water here. I'm having a time. I'm gonna presume that he had to leave for a bit without saying anything, as he is wont to do. And cut off the stream here. Thanks y'all for showing up for yet another fun little Inktober thing. Thank you, Luck, for paying for this commission, for desiring this exact image. I hope it is to your I hope it's to your liking. I know it's to mine. Yeah. This was a fun study. And I will see y'all later. Have a very good night. Good night.